The Nissan Tekton is a Dacia Duster wearing the face of a legend. Nissan has just pulled off one of the boldest disguises in the car world. For 2026, it took the humble Duster, the no-nonsense SUV Dacia and Renault have sold by the million, and reskinned it to look like a shrunken Nissan Patrol. The result is the Tekton, a pint-sized SUV with the swagger of a full-size icon, built to conquer the world's fastest-growing markets. And it is going almost everywhere. The Tekton was engineered and built in India, then aimed at 50 markets across the Middle East and Africa. This is Nissan chasing millions of new buyers in the places where car sales are still climbing fast, with one clever, affordable SUV that punches far above its price. So look at what they built. The Tekton borrows its face straight from the legendary Nissan Patrol, the giant, unbreakable off-roader that carries 75 years of Nissan heritage. Shrunk down to size, that DNA turns into real road presence. A tall, upright nose, a broad, blunt grille with the Nissan badge planted dead center, and the word Tekton stamped proudly beneath it. Slim LED lights stretch across the front like a drawn brow, giving it a stare you notice in the mirror 3 cars back. Down the side, the disguise holds squared-off wheel arches, thick protective cladding, and a long, flat roofline carried on rugged rails. There are no soft, apologetic curves here. Every line is drawn to look planted and serious, the shape of a small SUV doing its very best impression of a big one. At around 4.3 meters long, it is compact enough for a tight city street, yet it stands and struts like something far heavier. It launches in 3 colors to start, a deep blue, a clean white, and a bold black, each one leaning into that upright, purposeful stance. And out on the move, on the tree-lined roads and winding hill passes where these first drives were shot, the trick works. The Tekton tracks flat and steady, planted and unfussed, carrying itself with the calm of a much larger machine. That composure is no accident, and here is the secret. Underneath, the Tekton shares its bones with the newest Renault Duster, a modern, proven platform already built by the million. It means the engineering is sound, the parts are cheap to fix, and the whole thing was designed from the outset to be sold across continents. A humble Duster underneath, a mighty Patrol on the surface. That is the entire trick of this car. Step inside, and Nissan leans hard on comfort and connection. If a budget SUV pretending to be a legend is worth a few minutes of your time, subscribe, because the cabin is where it makes its pitch. There is a large panoramic sunroof to open up the space, ventilated front seats for hot climates, dual-zone climate control, and a wide digital cockpit facing the driver. The centerpiece is Google, built right into the car. Google Maps, Google Assistant, and the Play Store all live in the dashboard, so the navigation and the voice control are the ones you already use on your phone, without ever reaching for it. Under the bonnet, Nissan keeps things modern and efficient rather than muscular. The Tekton runs a choice of small turbocharged petrol engines, a 1-liter and a stronger 1.3-liter. The bigger one makes up to 163 PS and 280 Nm of torque, with talk of a full hybrid to follow. None of this was tuned to set a drag strip alight. The goal is smooth, frugal, and easy. An engine that shrugs off a long commute and a weekend away without complaint. Safety, so often an afterthought at this price, is pushed to the front. The Tekton gets a reinforced body, 6 airbags as standard, and a full suite of driver aids, adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and blind spot warning. For a family SUV chasing millions of first-time buyers, that matters more than any horsepower figure ever will. But here is the honest part. For all the Patrol swagger, the Tekton is not a real Patrol. Underneath the bold suit, it is a sensible, front-driven, budget-minded SUV, sharing a Duster platform and small petrol engines with far cheaper cars. The rugged look writes a check. The mechanicals were never meant to cash out in the wild. What Nissan chose was image, efficiency, and value, not genuine off-road muscle. And that trade is the whole point, because the real magic is the price. The Tekton is engineered to cost a fraction of what those bold, big SUV looks suggest, undercutting nearly everything that dares to park beside it. It hands a buyer the road presence of something twice the money, on the running costs of something half the size. So do not file the Tekton away as just another badge job. File it as one of the cleverest disguises in the business, a humble Duster that learned to walk like a Patrol, sent out to win over the whole world.